Good morning, Niagara and friends. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from Car Connection Workshop, where the smell of fresh oil, little elbow grease, is all part of a balanced breakfast. Around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or perhaps a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads here in the workshop, this is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles, to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here every week for you, Monday through Saturday. So let's kick off the week. It is Happy Monday morning. So let's get started helping to keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend renter, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand that strange rattle and what it really means. So welcome aboard and stick around for shop talk, expert advice, a few good laughs, and perhaps a Motormouth story. Depends on, sometimes things pop into your head, right? Exactly. Well, I'm still a little under the weather, and for all you out there who are suffering from whatever gig it is that somebody's passed along to us, we're in this together. I'm still drinking a tea remedy, and I feel a little more new and improved today, but still, hearing is not so good. I feel like I'm in a tube, a little raspy on the vocal cords still, and the morning hack is enough to pop your eyeballs out and have to look for them on the bedroom floor. Yeah, that's still a challenge. But other than that, we're in good shape. Well, let's say thank you first right out of the gate so I don't forget. Our program partners, coming off of 31 years of Car Connection Live on the radio is our call-in program. It's still getting into the groovy here with podcasting on iHeart and all the major platforms. Is making sure that we say thank you to our program partners that make Car Connection possible and have over many decades now. So thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center. We had a wonderful Christmas dinner together as a group of volunteers working to serve men and women and children meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. What a great evening that was. And it's what it's all about, is making sure that you give thanks to those volunteers that so graciously give of their time to help others. So come on, you can come alongside and be a part of that simply by clicking on their link, their logo on our homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, CCBUS as in Sam, NET.com. And I always make sure that I have details in the details of the podcast. So links and all the information that you may need to remember, because if you're driving right now, and you might be, keep an eye on the road, make sure your cup holder is securely got your beverage in place, and always remember, before you leave the takeout window, check your order, because there may be a surprise, and you certainly don't want the Monday morning surprise. Thank you to Earl and Louise Grant, City Auto Sales and Leasing, GTA's premier pre-owned auto store, low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. They do in-house financing. They do carry a large amount of vehicles in stock, but if they don't have the one you're looking for, Earl and Louise are car guys, and they have been for 25 plus years. They have the resources to find that special vehicle for you, and they don't sell no junk whatsoever. So City Auto Sales and Leasing, been a part of Car Connection for a number of years now. Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, been a part of Car Connection for a number of decades now. Rita and Ramiz, the brothers up there, will take great care of you. Sales and service that you can trust. Let them know that Car Connection sent you. You can not only purchase there, but have it serviced there. They service all years, makes, and models of vehicles right up to light commercial vehicles. Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust in Scarborough. To our certified financial planning professionals, my brothers from other mothers, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, combined have 50 years experience with IG Wealth Management. So whether you have $1 or $1 million, their promise to our listeners is they will give you an hour and a coffee. That's what we call it. That's the discovery meeting where you can get your questions answered from those who have the fruit on the tree. And as I shared before, my professor would always say, Niall, never take advice from someone who is not standing where you want to be. Smile, nod, be respectful, but move on. You need to get your answers to your questions from those who have. So for portfolio information, debt retirement, estate planning, mortgages, life insurance, critical illness insurance, I can tell you all that is handled by Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, my brothers from other mothers. They are two of the best that we have as certified financial planning professionals in Canada. Connect and let them know that Car Connection sent you. Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Building Canada since 1931. Building supplies, hardscape, landscaping supplies. If you're looking to create that amazing backyard oasis where you can hide away and escape and have some white space on your calendar, they can help you do that, and you'll love the service there, bar none, the best customer service on the planet. Total Freedom, Darien Center, New York, and Total Freedom, Sydney, Manitoba, Canada. That's with Rick and Robin are the facilitators there. That's a men-only campus. It's men and ladies at Total Freedom, Darien Center, New York campus. If you're Canadians, yes, you can get there. So if you or someone you know, someone in your circle of friends, suffering with any kind of addiction whatsoever, that's where you can find your new life because it's waiting for you. You just have to make that decision to say, it's me and I need to take care of this. So thank you to all our program partners for making Car Connection and our YouTube channel possible. Without them, you would have to pay. Yes, that's right. So we thank them very, very much, and you can find them all on the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, ccbusnet.com. And all that information will be readily available for you in the description of any one of our YouTube videos, which are designed to teach all ages, all forms of human bodies, large humans, small humans, single moms, widows, orphans, seniors, and just someone who may be a little down on their luck. Things are not going the way they should. And, life is good when everything's clicking along, amen? Absolutely. But not so much when there's a hiccup. And then it's like, egads, man, what's going on here? Am I the only one that feels that? It's like, okay, what am I not doing right? Let's get this train back on the track and get it going in the right direction. Well, I'm going to help you with that this morning and kick things off with what? Another Motormouth Winter Tech Tip number 25. Are you ready for it? Don't forget, bring your crayons. Bring that brown shopping bag. Makes a great memo pad. And if you have a co-pilot today, say, jot that. Did you jot that down? Come on, man. You got to get that on there. I need that information. You can always go back and listen and re-listen. The programs, the podcasts are available for you to take for your own and share with you, your family, your friends, neighbors, coworkers, your circle of peeps. They're available to you also on our website. In the archive broadcast section, you will find all our iHeart podcasts there. And also, become part of our iHeart podcast community. We're not only on iHeart, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, podcasts, and many, many other podcast platforms as well. So just type in the search bar, whatever platform it is that you're listening to your podcasts on, Car Connection Workshop, and it should pop up in seconds, and you can take a look at the library, what you've missed, and go back and listen, re-listen, save it, keep it, use it, share it. You have my permission to do that. So Motormouth Tech Tip, Winter Tech Tip number 25, if I can see it here. Yep, I can see it. Keep a snow brush and scraper in your car, not in your garage. Otherwise, you'll be clearing your windshield with a credit card or debit card, and that's no fun when we're in the minus temperatures. Yeah, you ever tried that? You ever tried to clean off a window with a glove on? Yeah, and a debit card, and then it breaks. You're like, well, how am I going to get my morning coffee now? Cash. That'll be about it. Here's what I recommend, a little bit further beyond this tech tip. I bring my snow brush in the house with me when I'm finished at the end of the day. If I'm going to be somewhere and I'm there all day and it looks like we have some snow event scheduled, I'll take it with me. Exactly. Because after your car or vehicle's totally covered in about 8 or 10 inches of the white stuff, where's the snow brush? Inside the car. So now you got to use your sleeve, your handbag, or get, funky to figure out how you're going to brush off the driver's door so that you don't open the door and plop some snow right. It always lands right where you're going to be sitting, right? Yeah, absolutely. So if you have the snow brush with you, it's so much nicer that you can just brush it off with your gloves on, get in, fire the car up, set the heater system to go, and then close the driver's door and complete the job. And again, this is for all of you zero visibility car drivers. You know who you are, the ones that just, a hole big enough the size of a hockey puck on the driver's window and maybe as big as a melon on the front glass, and the rest of the vehicle's totally covered in snow, and we're behind you thinking, man, I just drove into a blizzard. Take the time and clear the entire vehicle. Would you do us all a favor? Because that's miserable to be behind you. I'm just saying. It is. It's miserable to be behind you. Well, before we kick into today's topic, what if? That's what today's topic is entitled. And I hope that drives you crazy for a few minutes. What if? Yeah. Grab your favorite morning beverage. Keep an eye on the other guy if you're driving, and let's have a swiggy together this morning. I'll have my coffee a little later on, but right now I got to keep drinking this, herbal tea blend thing. It seems to be helping. So, hey, it's a maintenance. Let's go for it on 3, 2, 1. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. There's a hint of something in there that I can't identify. Could it be because I stirred it with the cleanest screwdriver I have in the drawer of my toolbox? Could that be it? All right, let's keep moving. So what are we going to talk about this morning? What if? That's what we're going to talk about. What if? And I'm going to press that on you quite a bit, because if you're wanting to save money and you're wanting to reduce your automotive repair bills, and I don't care whether your vehicle's 2 years old to 5 years old to 15 years old, what I'm about to share with you applies to any age group of automobile, period. What if? You want to know how to reduce your auto repair bills? Major on the minors. That's right, major on the minors. And what does that mean exactly? I knew you'd ask, so I broke it down for you. Now, I'm not going to give you too much information because we have about 30 minutes together. If there are topics that you'd love for me to cover, you can catch us on a number of ways through our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, ccbusnet.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on iHeart. We're on YouTube. On YouTube, it's Niall Motormouth Jenkins. On Facebook, the same. On Instagram, the same. You will find me. And all the links are available for all that, including our merch store, which when you purchase something from our merch store, right now we're only $5 above cost on every item, with proceeds going to Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, to help those who need some help to get funding to be on the campus. They turn no one down. So when you buy our merch, it's going full circle to help someone else. And that's the whole purpose of this podcast, our YouTube channel, everything that we do to reach out to you and share the skills and gifts that I've been given through being a licensed technician with cars and trucks and heavy equipment at diesels, highway tractors, and coaches. Yeah, so I've got the tickets to prove I know what I'm doing. I've been licensed since 1988, and I just want to share what I know with you to help you. So that's the whole idea behind everything we do. So if you want to know how to reduce your automotive repair bills and prevent that, what? Or, honey, where are we going to get the money to fix it? Well, we're just going to have to take the bus. I'm not. Maybe you are. We got to fix it. Major on the minors. Those are services that don't cost a lot of money, but at the same time, the results are huge because you're staying steps ahead of things that can go wrong when caught in the early stages. We can get after it and reduce how much it's costing you to service your car. And this is the thing. Vehicles are not maintenance free. I'm sorry to wreck your Monday, and I hope you didn't swerve into the curb or anything. And make sure you got your winter tires on, because a curb kiss, we were just talking about this Friday, I think, Thursday or Friday. What is the average cost of a curb kiss? What is a curb kiss? That's you with all-season tires on in the freezing cold, and now they're hard as a hockey puck, plugged up with snow. You've got skis on the front. You're trying to turn the corner, and you're going, no, poof, into the curb. That's a curb kiss. Generally costs, on average, from all those who are in that automotive service discussion, a cheap fix, $500. Not so cheap, going to be over $1,000. So when you're turning corners, if you insist on believing in all-season tires, slow down. Take those corners very, very carefully, because, yes, the car is going to go that way even though you've turned the wheels this way. And, yes, you're going to kiss the curb. And even just a light, nice, polite kiss to the curb is still going to cost you about $500. The rim's going to be bent, and definitely a tie rod end. So now you need a rim, you need a tie rod end, and a wheel alignment. Yeah, price is getting up there. So that definitely is included in major on the minors. This time of year, you know what? A curb kiss sets you behind, not ahead. So winter tires are a blessing to keep you glued to the road surface so you can make that turn. But then again, you've got to learn to change your driving habits, all right? I've seen it already. We've had some light snows. People are bombing around like they're glued to the roadway. You know, it doesn't matter how many of those control items we have. It's all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, real-time four-wheel drive, traction control. If you've got the wrong elements, you're driving like an idiot. B, too fast. C, you believe in all-season tires. Curb kiss coming. Yep, plus other things. So those are majoring on the minors. Those are little adjustments you can make that will save you a lot of money on repair bills. So kissing a curb is something you can avoid. So I just gave you the formula on how to do that. And the cheapest fix is just a rim and possibly a tire, but it usually goes much further than that. You have the weight of the vehicle and you're sliding, and you can't get it to slow down because the brakes are and the tires together are not pairing up. So in other words, the vehicle's going where it wants to go, and if you took science class, physics, inertia takes over. The weight of the vehicle and the slide, you're hitting the curb. No matter how hard you press that brake pedal, curb's coming, and that's what you get, a big kiss. So what does that mean? What if? What if? To have your vehicle scheduled, and that's where the secret is, scheduled for service and maintenance. I know, you're saying that costs money. Owning and operating an automobile, I don't care what year, make, or model it is going to cost you money. It costs someone at some point in vehicle ownership to have to spend money on an item that has been created in an assembly line by us humans. That's right, we're not perfect. And the items we create are not perfect. Otherwise, what? We wouldn't have to buy them all the time. Rebuy them. Replacement. Throwaway. You don't have to go down that road. I've got one vehicle out there now, the 07 Toyota FJ Cruiser, heading for 400,000 kilometers. And you go, well, you're a mechanic. I've heard that excuse for a million years. I still have to fix it. I still have to put money into it. They don't throw parts at me for free. I go, hey, I need this, this, and this. Oh, here, Motormouth, just take it. Fill your shopping cart. No, I got to put my time in, and I got to put the parts on. I'm grateful that I can use my skills to get it done, but it still means I got to take time away from whatever else I need to be doing to do that, to do the repairs. So just saying to me, well, you're a mechanic. Yeah, I'm a mechanic that owns an automobile that I don't want to buy more automobiles, and I'm not getting into paying interest. You can keep these things going as long as you want to. Did anybody ever tell you that? Well, I'm telling you, yes, you can. I have a 99 Honda Civic. We call it the Rocket, 2-door hatchback with air, 5-speed, one owner. I got that from the original owner, well-maintained to the nines, and I've just taken over where she left off. And it doesn't look a day older than the day I received it from her. Purchased it off of one of our longtime listeners. You just keep going. That one is heading for 400,000 kilometers. And no, the body's not falling off. I'm not going to end up with just the steering wheel. Everything is running tickety-boo. Does that mean that nothing goes wrong? Nope, I didn't say that. But how do I stay ahead of the curve? Well, here's your answer. What if you subscribed to preventative vehicle maintenance? It's a mindset, folks. I can't sell it to you. I can't convince you. I can only tell you what I know. From being in the service bays all these years, if you subscribe to preventative maintenance, you know what happens? You get to keep your vehicle longer, a lot longer, which when you're not paying interest, that means you own it. That is the best vehicle in your driveway. And that's what you would hear from my certified financial planning professionals, my brothers from other mothers. If you sat down with Tony Miele or Larry Tetro and said, should I buy a new car? Listen to what comes up next, because they're going to tell you Best car in the driveway is the one that is paid for. So it's a complete mindset on your part. What if you subscribed, you decided, you made that decision? Here's a little test for you. Ready? 3 frogs on a log, one deciding to jump in. How many frogs on the log? How many of you said 2? No, that's not true. I said 3 frogs on a log, one deciding to jump in. How many frogs on the log? He's deciding to jump in. None of the 3 frogs have decided to jump in. So there's still 3 frogs on the log. That's a professor test. And many failed. So if you said 2 right away, 2. No. 3 frogs on a log, one deciding to jump in. How many frogs on the log? The decision hasn't been made. So I swing that right back to what if today you're listening to this podcast and you're going, I don't know about this guy. Well, you need to listen more. Because if you follow me, I'm working for you to show you can save money and own an automobile and keep it as long as you want to and still have something remaining that's a saleable item so you can claw back some money, because pre-owned vehicles are something that suit a lot of families' budgets. And it's perfect. It works in full circle. So if you can maintain it and keep the body structure intact, because that's a maintenance, preventative maintenance there is rust prevention, not waiting until you see a hole big enough to put your foot through and that you can get into your car without opening the doors from any door. That's not good. We need to look after the structural integrity first, then everything else falls in line. So again, what if you put your mind to it and said, hey, that makes sense. If this thing doesn't rot out, everything else is replaceable. Exactly. That is the foundation here. That is the foundation to know how to keep your vehicle longer, reducing the repair bills all at the same time. Guess what you become at the end? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. You're the winner. That's right, is staying on top of things before they go south on you. So how do you do that? Here's the magic formula as we get right down to the wrap up here. Scheduling your vehicle for a checkup, just like you should with the dentist. Hello. Yeah. Every 6 months, minimum. I like to see, when we had Jenkins Automotive and Repairs on the Hamilton Mountain for 11 years, my customers always knew before they left, we scheduled another appointment. So they knew when they were coming in next. And that was to change the oil at the same time, check all the fluids, do a full courtesy check. I like to call it a multi-point vehicle inspection. Doesn't mean I'm going to call you up and say the vehicle needs $3,500 worth of work. What if you sell yourself into and subscribe to preventative vehicle maintenance, you won't have a super duper heavy duty repair bill at that point, because you're staying ahead of the curve. You're giving us permission to check everything over, stem to stern, and report anything that we see that may be coming up that needs service or repairs or replacement, and you can stay ahead of the curve. You can balance the budget to keep the car healthy so that you can keep it as long as you want to. But it all starts with making sure the thing is not rotting out, because if it's rusted out, she's singing, it's over at that point. It is over, because once the structural integrity is compromised, there ain't nothing left but the seatbelts and the steering wheel. And that's going to look funny in your driveway, right? So we're going to help you with that in 2026, which is right around the corner. I have a tool that's available to all of you that you can track your vehicle maintenance, stay the course just like you would before you leave the dental office. What do you get? Your next appointment for your check-up. Are you getting it? For your check-up. Because what happens when you don't go for those 6-month checkups? Guilty. Yep, I'm guilty of that. Because back in 2020, my dentist was down in cold New York. Couldn't get there. My passport's run out, and I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and now I am seriously paying the piper. 2 weeks now, waiting to get a busted old root canal tooth that cost almost as much as somebody's car to fix it in the first place, and now it's done and over with. I didn't sell out and subscribe to preventative maintenance, and now I'm back on track because I never had those problems whatsoever, waking up with a toothache that's about ready to blow the top of your cranium clean off. Explain that one to your workmates. Yeah, I never had that when I was on 6 months check-ups. Check-ups. And then they can tell you, well, we got one there near the back we got to keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye on that and note it for the next time you come in for your 6-month check-up. That's what saves us time, effort, energy, stress, and more money. So I hope you got something out of this podcast today, because I just gave you the magic formula when you take the what if and turn it into, as I would say, with both Tony Miele and Larry Tetro being in some tough financial positions, not by choice, saying, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I will do it to the nut. If you tell me I have to eat lima beans 3 times a day till you say stop, I will do it, and I will like it. That's what I'm talking about. I just gave you the formula that if you say, I'm all in, because that's what it's going to take, you will save thousands and thousands of dollars and a lot less stress, knowing that your vehicle is getting a regular scheduled check-up. You got it? Fantastic. Send me a note. Kick me an email. Go on our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, follow, share, leave a comment. Say, hey, I'm all in, Motormouth. I'm all in. I'm subscribing to the preventative maintenance program. And then I'm going to teach you the rest of it, because I have a tool I put together that is readily available to you so that you can track your vehicle maintenance and make sure that you're getting your check up on your vehicle. That is going to save you a ton of dough. And you know what that means? Possibly an extra espresso this month. Right on, because it loosens up cash to help you in other areas. So if you're being slayed by the debt dragon, beaten by his tail for the 3rd time, feeling like you're going down, you're not coming up, wherever you can save some money, you can use that money to apply to your debt and dig yourself out of a hole. It's going to take time, and it's going to take some strategies, but I'll tell you what, it works. It works very well every single time. All the clients that we had at Jenkins Automotive, I had them all on that subscription, the preventative maintenance schedule. So before they left, they had the same as your dentist hands you. Here's your next 6-month checkup. Boom, it's booked. It's called book a meeting from a meeting. That's what I used to call it. Bam, fam. Book a meeting from a meeting. My professor taught me that. So before my clients left, They got a BAM fam, booked a meeting from the meeting so that they knew when the car is coming back the next time. That will keep you out of a lot of hot water. So until next time, visit our recommended businesses on our website. They're there for you. They're not there to work for free, but I'll tell you what, you'll have peace of mind, absolutely 100% peace of mind. They'll take great care of you, and we'll see you in the next one. So thanks for stopping by. Have a fabulous Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So keep it under 100. Watch out for the other guy and put the coffee on. We're going to come to your house.